Welcome to episode 4 of Mina Talks. I'm your host, Mina. Thanks for joining me in my library. In this episode, I'm presenting you with a dream I had in the form of a story. Before we get into my dream, I have a request. I'm continuing to improve these videos. I would love to have your feedback in the comments below. While you are down there, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you'll be notified when I upload a new video if you haven't already. Please share the video out to help me as well. Now, back to my dream. I believe it's a dream at least. However, the first time I had the dream, I actually did fall back from the window in the hallway, which woke me up before I went back to bed. I had this dream the first time between 2000 and 2001, before I remarried. I hadn't even met my current husband, which means mainly it had to be before the end of May 2001. I was a single mother working while raising 2 children who were in elementary school. I've had the same dream with no changes in details a few times since then. One time I remember having it in particular was between September 2016 and January 2017. This is one of those vivid, semi-reoccurring dreams you remember in complete detail even if you can't express it to others in the same vividness you remember it. Hopefully, you will excuse the weakness of the written and spoken word. Now, let me whisper in your ears. The Wraith. I was sleeping still. I called into work. I still couldn't talk above a whisper. I had a doctor's appointment for later that day, which I made after taking the kids to school. It was morning around 11. I could be wrong, but I heard something from the waking world. My mind moved to wake me. There was someone at the door. I had no idea who it could be because they were not knocking. I heard the knob being tried. I was awake instantly. I heard scratching this time. I was out of bed. I felt like crap. I knew I either had a really bad sinus infection or strep throat. I knew I had a fever at the moment. When I stood up, the room spun around. I wasn't going to walk anywhere. My hand went to the bed before I moved to my knees. The doorknob was tried again. I crawled down the hall. There was a window on the other side of the entryway. The window was covered enough I could look out without being seen. Carefully, I moved the blinds enough I could see out. There was no one at the door. I was confused. I looked down the driveway and the yard. I didn't see anything. My tracker was in the garage, so there were no vehicles in my drive. I decided to go lay back down. Perhaps my fevered brain was what had made the noises. As I went to close the blind, I thought I saw someone in a black trench coat with a hood walking down the street away from me. I mentally shrugged as I watched them. I couldn't stop watching. It was like this person held my attention fully. The heat outside made me think this person was crazy to be out in something so heavy. The street was silent and deserted, other than this one person in black moving down it away from my house. There were no cars or other vehicles in any of the driveways. I finally broke the hold the image had on me, remembering I had decided to go back to bed when it turned around to face me. I say it because I couldn't see a face as it turned. The trench coat seemed to change into a black flowing hooded cloak with a face masked within. I blinked, unsure if I saw what I thought I saw. The black hood covered the head completely. It seemed to look at me, though there was no way it could see me. First, it was too far away. Second, I was hidden by the blind. Still, it seemed to look right at me with hidden eyes, then started towards me. I was still in shock at the changing of the figure and how it looked at me. I felt like I couldn't move at all as it sped up. It was suddenly running at me and the alcove my front door is in. It was getting bigger in a way which its own movement would not explain. It was like it was rising out of the ground while it ran. It was no time before it was in my yard, almost to the alcove my front door and the window was in. It stood over 7 foot tall as it entered the alcove. Suddenly, it knelt down, putting its black-covered face and head on the other side of the glass just in front of me. It looked through the blind I had barely shifted to see out of. I fell back against the wall on the other side of the hallway. The blind stayed open, letting me see through the glass. I stayed still a moment, shaking in fear. Staring at it, I couldn't see how the blind was being kept open so it could still see me. Finally, in slow motion, the blind dropped back into place where it should have been without my fingers holding it. While this hid the form of the thing outside, I could still hear scratching on the other side of the window and door. When I got my wits back together, I looked back out the window. There was no one and nothing outside the house. The thing, the creature, was gone. I waited probably 10 minutes staring out that window blind before I went back to bed. No one and nothing messed with the door again. I still don't know what or who it was. Thank you for listening to my dream and making it to the end of the video. Remember to give me some feedback on the improvements on the videos in the comments. Also, let me know what you think of this dream. I don't believe it's a precognitive dream. If it was, the events would have had to have occurred before the end of May 2001. I met my current husband near the end of July 2001. We were married in June 2002. Every time I have the dream, it's the same. For it to be precognitive, the dream would have had to happen in a very short period of time, which is over. However, I'm not sure it has no meaning. Wraith is a Scottish dialect word for ghost or spirit. In the fantasy genre, they are the image of someone, especially one seen shortly before or after their death. They are usually thin, skeletal almost. Typically, they are vengeful and full of wrath, hence the name. Normally, they can't be out in the day. Still, in this dream, there it was, seemingly solid. I have to give a special thank you to Artzilla Aysha for the amazing artwork she created for me. If you haven't seen her art, you really should check it out. She's a wonderful artist. I recently looked through her DeviantArt page, which has some other hidden gems. I will put the link to her YouTube channel below. I'm sorry November had no new videos to the channel, nor did I meet my YouTube channel goals. I'm still working on the biography I was working on in October. November was tied up mostly by National Novel Writing Month, as well as some medical issues. I did win, which is 30 days of consecutive writing and 50,000 words. I was able to get the 2 collaborations I had promised to do sent in, so keep an eye out for them. One was for LD Entertainment. This will be coming out after the new year. The other came out on Creepy Clown Girl's channel recently. I agreed to a total of 3 collaborations for December. I've turned them in already. I'm excited to see these completed, just like the others I've been involved in. One has already been released on Tales to Chill the Bones channel. There's another one which may start after New Year's. So keep your eyes on the collaboration playlist and check the links in this video's description. My huge thanks to Timothy Duran for the background music for this episode, as well as co.ag music for my intro and outro. Links to both are in the description below. If you need copyright-free background sounds or music for your videos, check out co.ag music or Timothy Duran's channel. A short reminder, I have a Teespring store. Yay, I have merch. I have t-shirts for adults and children, 3 mug designs to choose from. If you can give me other ideas of what you want in the comments below, I'll see what I can add. Also, let me know if you want more of the current book graphic or if you want to see the Mina avatar graphic, which I'm trying to update. What would you like them on? I've added the link in the description, so check it out. With the Teespring link is also a donation link from Streamlabs, which will allow you to support the channel in another way. Again, I want to say thank you to everyone who has been so welcoming, supportive, and helpful. I know I've asked a lot of input from you all, but please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. Until we meet again, have a wonderful day or night, and be safe.